Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Hilltop Sports Report. This is episode 41 of the podcast, and with softball season rapidly approaching, we're previewing softball here on the Hilltop with our special guest, a junior outfielder from Wilton, Iowa, Peyton Souhrada. My name is Jumpin' Jack Carlson, your host, thanking you so much for tuning in. Without further ado, let's hit the music and start the show.
Let's go Rams! Let's go Rams!
As I mentioned in my intro, Peyton Souhrada is my very special guest on this episode of the podcast. First of all, Peyton, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yeah, Jack, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So with the softball season rapidly approaching, this upcoming Saturday on March 8th, and then after that, the season starts over spring break. So describe the excitement that you're feeling and the excitement that's building among the team as they approach this season.
I think we are just excited to get out there and play, especially at Florida. We all get together and we get to know each other a lot on and off the field because we're always together. Especially this year, we are all going to be in one big house, so we will be together 24/7. So I think just building that bond really helps us future in the season.
Absolutely. And so this is your third season here on the Hilltop, so you're no stranger to the Florida trips. And this will be your third time around as far as that goes. But this past off season, let's go into that for a little bit. And Coach Jackie Yoder welcomed her first baby, so she was on maternity leave.
Yes.
And that brought in Hannah Kalnicki as the head coach per se over the fall. So describe the off season for those who might not know and how you as a team have balanced that change in leadership for a little bit of time, and now Coach Yoder is back.
Yeah, so Coach was gone during fall, so Coach Hannah stepped in. I think she did a really good job. She got out of her shell, and she had to take the role of the head coach for a while. She got us some good reps. It was nice weather, during fall ball. She got us ready for our doubleheader against Mount Mercy. And, just being outside, good weather, getting that bond really helped us. And I think the seniors really did a good job stepping up and helping Coach out. So that was a really good aspect of that.
100%. And you just mentioned the seniors, so let's describe that class of 7. We've got 2 fifth years on this 2025 Rams team and then 5 seniors. Describe their leadership that they have shown over year now 2 going into 3rd year here on the Hilltop and what they mean to you.
Oh gosh. The seniors have been there for me since day one, since I've got here. They're very good girls, love them. They're there for you on and off the field, so that's really good. And they take a really big part of this program. And a lot of them do step up and be leaders. Some of them aren't the loudest, but, they do show by example. So this year, it's just going to be exciting, playing our last games with them. So I'm not going to take it for granted and hopefully make a lot of memories with them.
Absolutely, and you have done a phenomenal job here on the Hilltop so far through 2 seasons. Let's list a couple of your stats. 403 average, which I would say is pretty good. You're over 20 doubles over 2 seasons and plenty of runs batted in as well. Describe what has enabled you to succeed here from day one pretty much. You have been a hitting machine since joining the Rams in 2023.
Mm-hmm. I think what's helped me a lot to get to where I am is my high school coaching staff really helped me a lot believe in myself. And also Coach Jackie, she really made it feel welcoming and wanted me to succeed on and off the field. So Coach Yoder and Coach Hannah has helped a lot with me during fall ball and during the season. They hit with me twice a week, which is really good. And Coach Hannah will do front toss to me, and Coach Yoder will pitch live to me. So her pitching live to me really gains my confidence, knowing I can hit off of her. I can hit off anybody because she was a really good pitcher during college. And also, my dad, who is a baseball coach, he's been there for 27 years. So he knows the aspect of the whole hitting. So he likes to pitch to me whenever he can, especially during the summer. He tries to do it every day. And also my mental coach, Ethan Miller, has helped me a lot since high school to gain my confidence and be where my feet are. And we always use the quote, stealing souls. So that really helps a lot.
All right, well, fantastic. And shout out to your dad, who shares the same birthday as me. I found that out because you hit your first career home run on his birthday in 2023. So I do want to ask you about that. So you've got 2 home runs so far in your Cornell career. Describe those 2 moments, because that had to be an exhilarating feeling to have your first collegiate home run and then followed up with your second one.
So my first collegiate home run was very exciting, especially because it was at home and on my dad's birthday and your birthday, which I didn't even think about. So just hitting that, it felt amazing, you know, especially against Beloit. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty close game. So just having that aspect of that, and also my second one at Monmouth, you know, it just feels good to hit home runs, even though like the line drives and all that are really great, but just having that as part of the tool is really nice.
100%. So now going into this season and your expectations for it, you've kind of described how you've been preparing for it, but year 3, what are some areas of improvement that you're looking to make, and some things that you're looking to just keep on doing as you have been in the first 2 years?
So my first goal would be all conference again. You know, if it happens, it happens, but also, you know, just keep getting better at the game every single time at practices, no matter what, not taking it for granted, and we'll see what happens. But also, I would like to go back to the conference tournament and see what we could do there and just try to get past, you know, the first few games and making it farther.
Absolutely. And by the way, folks, Peyton Souhrada, 2-time first team all-conference, and I'm going to proclaim here, I'm going to put my flag in the ground on February 28th and let you guys know that she's going to be first team all-conference once again here in 2025. Mark it down as a Jumpin' Jack prediction. So after that prediction, now let's go to your class, the junior class, which has 4 players, Monet Raleigh, Dalen Rhodes, Katie Nelson, and yourself. Describe the bond that you 4 have and the excitement that you're feeling as far as going into another season of competing with them.
Yeah, so our bond has been there since day one, meeting each other. You know, we love each other on and off the field. Like I've said before, we feel like a family. We support each other, whether it's softball, school, whatever. So I think that bond really helps us get along, you know, during softball. And also, I'm really excited to see what Dalen Rhodes can do, especially coming back from her ACL. So I'm excited to see what she can do this year.
Well, you perfectly teed up my next question. So Dalen Rhodes missed last season with that injury, and that opened up an opportunity for 2 freshmen last year, Lexi Ellermeyer and Hannah Edwards, to get valuable experience within the circle. Now they turn the page to their second year here on the Hilltop and look to make some strides. So describe what you have seen from them here in the offseason as they prepare for year 2.
During the off season, I really see them like succeed and grow as players on and off the field. So I think them getting a lot of confidence, especially during our Mount Mercy games, and also during Florida, will help them a lot during our season and help us succeed a lot.
Fantastic. And that sophomore class is a big class. There are 10 sophomores here on this Rams team here in 2025. Describe some of those other sophomores, Elise Olson, Linnea Drever, Katie Del Corso, along with Corey Kennedy joining the team, among many others. But just a fantastic class, and what are you expecting to see from them this year?
I'm expecting to see them like grow again. You know, they had a really good year last year. They helped us a lot, especially in the batting aspect of it. So just seeing them grow and, you know, succeed on and off the field, I think we have like a really good variety of players this year. So just mixing up the lineups will be really good for us.
So speaking of those youthful players, now turning the page to the 7 freshmen that have joined the Rams for this upcoming season. What have they brought to the team with that fresh energy?
I think they brought to the team, like I said, a really big variety of us mixing up the lineups. Whether it's the batting order, positions, and I think they bring, you know, a new, fresh, you know, look at the game. And a lot of them are very strong with their bats. So I think their bats will really help us this year.
That's fantastic. And now let's go off of the deep end, shall we say, from the roster now to softball superstitions. This is a question that I wanted to ask you because sometimes baseball and softball players can be a little wacky with the things that they do before every game, or if things are going well, keep on going with a particular maybe pair of socks, which I would not recommend. Or perhaps if things aren't going well, then switching up the mojo. So are you a superstitious person first and foremost? And then second, if so, what are those superstitions?
Yes, I am very superstitious. So growing up, like I said, my dad was a baseball coach. and he still is. And he is so superstitious. So he got me and my brother onto it. So in high school, he used to pitch me before every single game. And then after, we would go down to the Golden Candy Kitchen, and I'd get a cherry Coke. And then I'd drink that, and then I'd have a slice of Hy-Vee pizza. But so now I don't really have that aspect here. So now it's more of I straighten my hair before every games, and I'll have a cherry Coke.
I love that you're keeping that tradition alive here at Cornell. And now from superstitions to maybe the funniest moment that you have taken part in here at Cornell, because I can imagine over the course of 2+ seasons now, you've had some shenanigans that have gone on over the course of that time. So describe to our podcast audience perhaps one of those moments.
Oh gosh, there's been so many. Just being with the team, there's always a lot of funny moments. A lot of people make fun of me because last year Miranda hit me when I was on deck and it hit my hand, and everyone made fun of me because I made like really weird noises because it hurts so bad.
Oh, sure, yes.
And then another one is off the field. We were working at a Hawkeye game, and we were just tossing up jelly beans in our mouth on our way to like work, and Miranda tripped over her feet or something and did a full-on somersault and stuck the landing and stood up.
Oh,
so
wow.
It made me laugh for about like 30 minutes, and I just kept thinking about it the whole entire time. So those are my top two.
Well, shout out Miranda Keith for appearing here in the 2 funniest moments that Peyton can think of. So now from your favorite funny moments to the energy that this Rams team has day in and day out. In a softball culture, you need to have that supportive environment. And one thing that I notice is the chants that go on in the dugout throughout a doubleheader, which sometimes can last a long time. So one of the chants that I think of is battle, baby, battle, baby, battle, baby, battle. And sorry if I didn't get the perfect rhythm on that. I will defer to the softball players on that. But do you have a favorite chant? And if so, what is it? And describe the importance of having that supportive atmosphere.
If I had to pick one, it'd be the party on the Rams side every time we score. It just gets us really hyped and excited every time. So we always look forward to it. And I just think every single cheer for us is very important because it keeps the energy up and we thrive on energy. And Coach even agrees. So just us getting excited, kind of messing around, just really gets everyone involved. So that's really nice of that aspect.
So we've mentioned a bit about the coaching staff. Head coach Jack Yoder, assistant coach Hannah Kalnicki, another assistant on the staff is Paige Telecki, the pitching coach for the Rams, and you also have some student managers who help out on a day in and day out basis. So describe the importance of those 3, Coach Paige and the 2 assistant managers.
Coach Paige has been there since, my first day. She's really helped a lot with the pitching staff coming along very far, and she's always fun to be around. She always likes to mess around, goof around with you guys. So that's just very nice to have that as an aspect, especially like she does first base. So when you get there, she always tries to like mess around with you sometimes. Sometimes you just never know if she's serious or joking around. So you always gotta like question yourself. And also with the student managers, they're always there for us. They're supporting us no matter what. They help us with the bat list. They help us, warm up. They're there if we need them, so that's really nice of them.
That's fantastic. And now as we wrap up this podcast, what is your major here at Cornell, and what do you hope to do post-graduation? I know it's a little bit of ways, graduation in May 2026, but describe what you're hoping to do with your life.
So my major is studio art, and so I'd like to get a job after college in that area. But also, I've been working for Carrie Cow since last year, and I also wouldn't mind going into the sports information, photography, sport, making graphics, and just being around sports. I just love it, I'm very competitive, so just being there would be really nice. And also, if the chance comes, maybe coaching. It has to be at the right time.
Coach Souhrada, the tradition continues. Stay tuned on that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Peyton, on this episode of the podcast. And we do invite you, wherever you may be watching, to come support the Rams here in 2025 at Van Meter Family Softball Field. The opening doubleheader of the home slate is this Saturday, March 8th, and then the regular season begins in Florida. Follow that up with a lot of home games in the late month of March. So thank you so much for tuning in on this episode. My name is Jumpin' Jack Carlson, speaking on behalf of the Cornell College Rams, saying, I'll see you next time.
Let's Let's go Rams! Let's go Rams!